Listen, success doesn't happen in the daylight. It's born in the dark. When the world sleeps, winners are awake. Planning, preparing, positioning themselves for tomorrow's victory. Because the truth is simple, if you don't design your life, someone else will. So tonight, while others scroll, complain, or wait for someday, you take control. You plan tonight because that's how you win tomorrow. Let's go deep. Vision before action. That's where every victory begins. You can't build a masterpiece if you don't know what you're painting. You can't win a race if you don't know where the finish line is. Too many people wake up every day running, fast, furious, determined, but with no direction. They confuse motion for progress. They mistake business for purpose. And then they wonder why, years later, they're still in the same place, just more exhausted. Vision isn't just about seeing. It's about knowing where your energy deserves to go. It's not about being everywhere. It's about being exactly where you're meant to be. Because when you have vision, every action has meaning. Without it, even your hardest work can lead you nowhere. When you have a clear vision, the universe starts rearranging itself around you. It's not magic. It's alignment. Suddenly, opportunities you once overlooked begin to make sense. People you meet seem to carry messages you needed to hear. Every challenge begins to feel like preparation instead of punishment. That's what happens when you see your destination before you arrive there. Vision trains your brain to notice the things that move you closer to your goal. It rewires your choices, your habits, your mindset. It's the secret that turns ordinary days into stepping stones for extraordinary dreams. The power of vision lies not in what it shows you, but in how it changes you. Clarity is magnetic. When you know what you want, you draw it toward you. But clarity doesn't come from wishing. It comes from questioning. You have to ask yourself the hard things. What do I really want? Why do I want it? Who am I becoming in the process? Strip away the noise, the expectations of others, the fear of judgment, the pressure to be what the world demands. Get still enough to hear your own voice. Because that voice, that quiet whisper inside you, it knows. It always knows. And when you start listening to it, you stop chasing approval and start chasing purpose. That's when your vision starts burning instead of just existing. Don't confuse sight with vision. Sight is what your eyes see. Vision is what your soul knows. Sight is limited to what's in front of you. Vision reaches beyond the horizon. Sight sees obstacles. Vision sees outcomes. Sight looks at the present. Vision speaks to the future. When you live with sight, you react. When you live with vision, you create. That's why vision is power. It frees you from the grip of circumstance. It reminds you that your current situation is not your final destination. You may not control every event, but you control what it means. And meaning, my friend, is the birthplace of strength. Every great story started with someone who saw something the world couldn't. They weren't waiting for approval. They were acting on conviction. They saw possibility where others saw limitation. That's what vision does. It lets you see tomorrow in full color, while everyone else is still trapped in grayscale. But don't think vision makes life easy. It won't. In fact, It will test you harder. People won't understand you. They'll question your choices, your timing, your intensity. Let them. Vision isn't meant to be understood. It's meant to be lived. The day you stop explaining your dream is the day you start embodying it. So tonight, before you plan your next move, get clear on your vision. Sit with your truth until it's undeniable. See the life you want as if it's already yours. Let it light a fire so fierce that even doubt can dim it. Once you have that vision, the plan becomes simple. The discipline becomes easier. The grind becomes meaningful. You stop fighting for attention and start fighting for intention. Because vision doesn't beg. It commands. It doesn't wander. It directs. And once you have it, no setback, no rejection, no failure can erase it. You can take away everything from a person, but not the power of a clear, unstoppable vision. Because when you see it before anyone else does, that's when you become unstoppable. Write it down. Sounds simple, right? But this is where dreams stop being clouds and start becoming blueprints. Your mind is a battlefield, thoughts racing, distractions competing, ideas flashing in and out. You think you'll remember the vision, but the truth is, the world is loud, life is busy. If you don't capture your dream in ink, it slips away in noise. Writing is your act of defiance against forgetfulness. It's saying, this matters. It's choosing permanence over possibility. When you write down what you want, you make a silent contract with yourself. A promise that says, I am serious about this. I'm not just wishing, I'm working. Because when ink touches paper, your dream takes its first breath. Your goals on paper are not just words, they're seeds. And like every seed, they need planting before they can grow. When you write something down, you give it roots. You give it direction. The chaos of thought becomes the clarity of plan. You turn something abstract into something accountable. It's not floating anymore, it's grounded. It's real. That list on your desk or that journal entry in your notebook becomes a physical reminder of where you're headed. Every time you see it, it whispers, stay focused. Every time you feel lost, it reminds you you've already started. Writing transforms dreams from emotional impulses into tactical missions. There's power in seeing your own words. Studies can back it. But you don't need research to feel it. You felt that shift. The one that happens when you finally write something down that scares you. It's uncomfortable because it makes the dream tangible. There it is, staring at you, daring you to chase it. It's no longer a thought you can dismiss. It's a declaration, and declarations change you. They make you accountable to yourself. When you write down your plan, you create a mirror for your ambition. You can't hide from it anymore. You can't pretend you didn't know what you wanted. Now, it's right there in your handwriting. Raw, real, undeniable. Don't worry about perfect words or fancy notebooks. This isn't about aesthetics, it's about honesty. Write messy. Write scared. Write fast if you have to. The goal isn't to impress, it's to express. Pour it all out. The goals, the fears, the what-ifs. Because writing doesn't just capture your plan. It clears your mind. It declutters your soul. Every line you write pulls you closer to the truth of what you want and away from the noise of what doesn't matter. It's not just planning, it's healing. It's how you cut through confusion and reclaim control. Writing your dreams down is the first act of building them. And when you go back and read what you've written weeks or months later, that's when the magic happens. You'll see growth you didn't notice. You'll realize how far you've come and how much further you're willing to go. Sometimes you'll find goals you've already outgrown. And that's okay. Writing doesn't lock you in, it liberates you. It allows you to evolve while staying anchored to purpose. It keeps you moving forward while remembering why you started. Your written plans are your timeline of transformation, your map from vision to victory. So tonight, don't just dream, document. Take 5 minutes, 10, or an hour. Write down where you're going and who you're becoming. Put it where you can see it every day. Let it challenge you. Let it remind you. Let it keep you honest. Because no one ever built an empire by keeping plans in their head. Every great leader, every innovator, every dreamer who made history wrote it down first. They turned invisible dreams into visible instructions. They gave direction to destiny. Because when you write it down, you don't just plan your tomorrow, you command it. Own your hours. That's where transformation begins. Time, our most loyal yet most wasted gift. Everyone gets the same 24 hours, but not everyone owns them. Some let the day happen to them. Others take the day by the throat and shape it into what they need it to be. The difference isn't talent. It isn't luck. It's ownership. You can't win tomorrow if you surrender today to distraction. You can't live a life of intention if your time belongs to everyone but you. Every minute you waste is a minute you gave away willingly. And once it's gone, it never returns. That's why the most powerful people in the world aren't the richest or the loudest. They're the ones who control their time. Owning your hours means understanding that your time is currency. You spend it every second of every day, whether you realize it or not. So the question is, what are you buying with it? Are you investing in growth, peace, and purpose? Or are you trading it for approval, comparison, and comfort? Because every hour has a price, and every choice has a cost. When you plan your hours, you're deciding what's worth your energy. You're declaring to the universe, this is what matters. Time ownership is not about working non-stop. It's about working with intention. It's knowing that saying yes to what truly matters often means saying no to everything else. You must protect your hours the way you'd protect your dreams, fiercely. Guard your mornings like gold, because they set the tone for the entire day. Decide before the day begins what gets your attention and what doesn't. If you don't plan your hours, someone else will. Your inbox will. Your social feed will. Your distractions will. And before you know it, your day is over, your energy is drained, and your dreams are still waiting on the sidelines. Don't let that happen. The world will always ask for your time, but it's your job to decide how much of it you give away. Owning your hours also means honoring your rest. Productivity isn't about filling every second. It's about making every second count. There's power in pause, wisdom in stillness, and strength in knowing when to stop. Rest isn't laziness, it's strategy. When you step away, you give your mind the space to breathe and your body the chance to rebuild. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't lead if you're running on fumes. The people who master time understand that renewal is part of ownership. They don't just schedule tasks, they schedule peace. Sometimes, owning your hours requires breaking habits that steal your future. The late night scrolling, the endless talking about plans instead of executing them, the distractions disguised as rest. Those are the quiet thieves of success. Every wasted hour compounds into regret. But here's the good news. You can reclaim your time at any moment. The moment you decide to. You can rewrite your schedule, reset your priorities, and restructure your day to align with your goals. It's not too late. It's never too late. Because the second you take back control of your hours, you take back control of your life. So tonight, don't just plan your to-do list. Plan your hours. Look at your time as a sacred resource. Ask yourself, does how I spend my time reflect the life I want to live? If the answer is no, change it. Build your schedule like an architect builds a masterpiece, with intention, precision, and purpose. Don't wait for the perfect day, make one. Because the future doesn't belong to those who have more time. It belongs to those who use their time. The ones who plan it, protect it, and own it. Because when you own your hours, you don't just survive the day, you design it. Prepare your battlefield. Every tomorrow you conquer begins with how you set the stage tonight. The people who win in life aren't luckier. They're just better prepared. They walk into every morning already armed. Mentally, emotionally, and physically. Because they set up the battlefield the night before. Think about it. No soldier goes into combat without a plan. No athlete steps into a game without practice. No performer walks on stage without rehearsal. So why would you walk into your day without preparation? The night before isn't downtime. It's your strategy session. It's where you build the blueprint for your next victory. When the sun rises, you shouldn't be guessing, you should be executing. Preparation isn't glamorous. It's quiet, lonely, and often unseen. While the world scrolls through distractions, you're setting out your tools. You're reviewing your plan. You're deciding what gets your energy tomorrow and what doesn't. That's power. That's discipline. Preparation is the difference between reacting and responding. It's what allows you to stay calm in chaos because you've already walked through the scenario in your mind. You've rehearsed your wins before they've even happened. It's the mental edge that separates those who hope from those who know. When the moment comes, it's not luck that carries you. It's readiness. Think of preparation as building armor. The world can be unpredictable. People can disappoint you. Plans can shift. And life can throw punches you never saw coming. But preparation doesn't just help you face the day. It helps you withstand it. When you're prepared, stress loses its grip on you. Anxiety fades because you've already handled what others are still scrambling to figure out. Preparation gives you confidence, not because life is easier, but because you're stronger. You can stand taller, move faster, and react sharper. You become unshakable not because you never fall, but because you know how to get up before anyone even realizes you stumbled. Preparation also breeds clarity. When you plan your next move in advance, you remove the fog of indecision that slows most people down. You know exactly what needs to be done, and that focus becomes your weapon. It eliminates chaos and opens space for creativity. When you wake up already knowing your mission, you don't waste time guessing. You start building. That's what leaders do. They don't just hope for good days, they design them. They don't chase opportunities. They prepare so well that opportunities chase them. The secret to momentum isn't speed. It's preparation. Every step feels smoother when you've already laid the path. Preparation isn't just about checklists and organization. It's about energy. How you end your night